Hola, mi corazón. Yep, you read the title correctly. It's another best of 2016, and today we're looking at 2016's The Conjuring 2, so let's dive right in. I had been in fear and anticipation for months over the release of this film. Anticipation because I love horror, James Wan, and I've studied the work of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Fear because and most years, almost all horrors have been a letdown. The chances of this occurring in a horror sequel are statistically far greater. I sat patiently and prayed to the horror gods that this film would do justice to the horror genre, and my prayers were answered! Thank you, James Wan! The Conjuring 2 doesn't hold back. It lets the viewers know instantly you are in for a wild ride and time to buckle in. After this though, the film takes a nice slow pace. This is not a bad thing, and if you think it is, you do not understand the fundamentals of horror. A slow pace at the beginning of a horror, if done correctly, results in perfectly placed, timed and effective jump scare moments, giving you more bang for your buck. This also means that it can build, it can lead to a big finale, which in this case it did. In every step of the film, the timing was pure perfection. Through each progression, the story and impact grows, it builds. Each moment you think you know what to expect, it gives you something new. But not new in a way that you're blindsided and makes no sense. This new is the right kind, the kind that fits, makes sense, but hits you just right. I don't think I've ever said these words after seeing a horror film, but The Conjuring 2 surpassed The Conjuring. I can't remember if and when I've seen a horror movie sequel achieve this. This is truly one for the records, or at least my own. The acting was truly perfect in this film, from Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson's portrayal of Lorraine and Ed Warren to Madison Wolfe, who plays young Janet Hodgson, a young girl being targeted by an inhuman force. I especially loved Frances O'Connor's performance as Peggy Hodgson, a mother at her wit's end trying to find strength for the sake of her children. It was stellar performances by a brilliantly selected cast. I couldn't have been happier. Being a person who has studied some of the cases worked on by Ed and Lorraine Warren, there is much I've come to learn and understand about the paranormal that goes beyond what I knew before. And all these things, no matter how small, were reflected in this film. And this brought me joy, because it meant one paid such close attention to the story told to him by the Hodgson family and Lorraine that his focus was to bring a true story to life. And I think it was this that made it so effective. We are witnessing the turmoil, the struggle, the battle, the emotional chaos, and even the tender moments. I heard some people sneer at this, but tender moments are just as crucial as a slow pace. Tenderness means humanity. It gives you something to relate to. It also makes it that much more devastating when you see a moment of happiness torn away. If I had to pick something I could have lived without, I suppose I would say one of the forms of the Crooked Man. It did seem just a little bit too much, at least the way it was done on screen in this particular scene. But it was barely enough for me to even care too much. I loved every single thing about this film from beginning to end. An exceptionally performed, perfectly written and designed film with a score that not only complemented it but enhanced it. I left the theatre believing the curse of the crappy horror movies of this year was finally broken, at least at the time. I finally had witnessed a film worthy of the horror genre. James Wan is without a doubt, at least to me, the best horror director of the modern day. I would happily go and see A Conjuring 3, especially with Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, because watching these two play off each other in these roles is just fantastic. However, there is still talk of a spin-off of this film that will focus on the demon nun, and I wrote an article detailing why this is a bad idea and why the concept just simply wouldn't work. I will post the link to that below. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please subscribe and go crazy with the thumbs up, and stay tuned to see what other things made it onto my best of 2016 list. Until then, bye!